if you're new to my channel, it's not a big deal, but here's what I would like for you to do. If you are really interested in getting this hairstyle started, go ahead and check out my blow dry video. If you haven't watched it yet, pretty much watch it up till the point in which I'm basically saying my hair is somewhat damp. That's pretty much the part where you're gonna cut out and come over here for this tutorial. If you already know how to blow dry your hair with a diffuser from root to tip, you're good to go. Now I want you to get your hair pretty much to a semi-damp state. Please keep in mind that wet hair has no memory, and sliding these gorgeous clicking curls through excessively damp hair is going to make this hairstyle very hard to do. Well, you traditionally want to start off with fairly damp hair, even with sponge rollers, because this will ensure that you'll wake up with very dry hair. Now, the wonderful thing about these rollers is you certainly don't have to sleep in them. I know for a fact that Velcro rollers are painful to sleep in and very unattractive to sleep in, and so are sponge rollers. So if you've got a wonderful date tonight, you're staying over at somebody's house, or you simply don't like to sleep in rollers, this is going to be a wonderful method for you, the fabulous click and curl. Now you can even do it in the morning, which is fantastic too. I typically don't like to save hard hair tricks for the morning of, unless I have a fun hairstyle I want to attempt. But basically in your downtime, you want to start practicing these a little harder to reach hairdos, especially when it comes to forming the texture of your hair. Now, if you shower in the morning, you're just going to have to put aside a little bit of time to get this going, which is why I recommend doing it the night before, so that you can just focus on getting dressed and putting all your nice makeup on and all that stuff. Because in the morning, if your hair is completely dry and you don't shower in the morning, this is going to be a very hard hairstyle to attempt. So this is basically one of the steps in forming your actual texture of your hair. So just something to keep in mind. I like to blow dry the night before. It just makes life a lot easier. Get one thing out of the way and my morning is easy peasy, as easy as can be. I already have a hard time trying to provide time to eat, so this just takes one thing off my mind. As a huge makeup junkie, I put my makeup as a huge priority, and I'm not the best morning person. So that being said, now this is extremely easy to attempt, especially if you're a hairdresser or have hair knowledge. I have hair knowledge as a cosmetologist, not a hairdresser. I don't consider myself to be a hairdresser. But if you are in cosmetology school, you will know exactly what directions are. So there's on point when it comes to your direction, there's over directed and all that fun stuff. We're just going with mainly just directing the hair on the roller. The only roller that's over directed is really this one up here. And whatever you put, whatever direction you put your rollers in, that's going to be the curl that forms. So just something to keep in mind. You can get real fancy with it. You're not gonna, whatever you do with your rollers is going to be the end result. So you want to make sure the ends are really nice and tucked in there, because you don't really want to go in with a hot comb and retouch. You want to form the hair here and now, and it will definitely save your hair a lot of over styling and a lot of overheating and drying and all that stuff. It's just kind of easier to attempt all this stuff with a blow dryer than it is with irons and all that. Those take time and a lot of sectioning. You want to have the idea of sectioning down just so you can get a certain amount of hair on the roller, proper amount of hair on the roller. And all this really is just hair rollers, or the idea of hair rollers, but as combs. This was a fabulous technique done on Tabitha Salon Takeover called the Mac Daddy. And they basically put a bunch of combs through the hair. Whoops, it's really hard to film this. They basically put a bunch of combs through the hair, and the handles were still in place, and they blow dried the hair, and they got this fabulous blown out hairstyle. So you want to kind of secure them because you're going to kind of play with it with the blow dryer. So it's going to give us another time to do the over directed roller, but it's basically going to be done at an angle. You want to get all the hair. Sometimes it's easy to comb through it, which is why this is such a nice, easy thing to do. I recommend starting off, if you are new to rolling, with Velcro rollers or rollers that can kind of fasten themselves in. That way you don't end up with a bunch of like little kinks and fish hooks, anything that's gonna lock down or has a snap on it is a little harder for a beginner. And we could just do the bangs by hand when we're done, but we only have all this on the bottom, which is not gonna get too curled, which is perfectly fine. And let's turn on the blow dryer. Get your diffuser on. You don't wanna damage your hair. And the fun thing about these is you can take them out and see how it's coming and just pop them back in. Remember, this is going to be a soft look. These aren't tight rollers by any means. Yeah, sexy mama. And if I had more layers, this would be way sexier. It's very easy to get these off. Get them off the same way you popped them on. Don't struggle with it. Don't try to break your hair by pulling it out. See what I mean? Just unroll it. Keep that nice poof. What's also nice about these is if you don't have enough rollers, you can always go back a step and use it as a comb. Pop that in. Exactly. So what you can also do, like I said, you can form the exact curl you want, and there's different ways to do that. By pulling it straight out of your head, you're getting a very basic, even direction. And you can even pull out way too much hair than you need. I'll show you right now. Pull out way more hair than the roller can comfortably handle, like that. Get the ends popped on there good and nice so you don't have any fish hooks. It's exactly what they call it in the industry. It looks exactly like one as well. So that's an over-directed curl, and it's going to create a shape doing this. These are all those 1950s hairdos that created a lot of volume at the bang or at the root. That's kind of how that was done. So yeah, coming straight out, you have it over-directed. There's lots of fun ways you can do it. And you can do it under-directed, which means you're going to get a lot more curl at the end and less at the root. So you want to start, when I say under-directed, you want to start with the hair pointing downwards. And this is a basic curl that you'll see most people do at home. It's got no real angle to it. But like I said, see, under-directed gives you that nice curve at the bottom. So that's what you want for a bob. And of course, it's way better than teasing your hair. So just something to keep in mind. I think those are excellent. You could use the big ones for all that beautiful stuff at the root. Okay, see, that holds a lot of hair. And of course you want to start off with simple product in your hair so you can still work with it so it's still pliable. If you have a lot of texture with your hair, you can even do a pomade at the end. But that looks so much nicer. Can you see all that? It looks so much nicer than when we started. Because when we started, it didn't look like I had any layers. See what I mean? Now it looks like we do. And I haven't gotten a haircut in a long time. It looks really fun too. And I actually did show you a lot of salon technique just now with the over-directed, under-directed, directed. So I hope you kind of get that. Wet hair has no memory. Start dry. Somewhat dry, sorry, and pop in that volume and I make it work. So I hope you can too. Really love these click and curls. There's no remaining hair in these brushes either. These pull out real clean. So I give the brush quality a thumbs up, but if you have a lot of roller brushes at home, try it out first. And if this is something you want to invest in, give it a go, because these are really, I'll probably end up buying an actual brush that has a handle that has this exact bristle. These are great. This was fun, a lot of fun. I'm really grateful for them as well. And of course, these were sent to me. Thumbs way up. Thank you so much. Knowing a little bit about hair, of course, will really help you in the process figuring out these click and curls, but most people are better at hair than I am. I just kind of know the rules, if that makes sense. Fun. See you guys next time. Oh my. Stupid is as stupid does. The minute I set this click and curl back down, it hit my phone, and it's a good thing it did, because now I'm retarded. Very stupid. Wait, how do you get this? Oh, there you go. Click and curl. I get it. Click. Oh no, shit, Sherlock. Okay. There's a handle in here already.